In this class, we'll be blending some of the principles and movements of martial arts and yoga. And this class is broken down into sections. So the first section will warm up and mobilize the body. Then we'll move into 3 sets of movements. And you can choose to pause the video after each set to practice the movements by yourself, maybe even pair some music in the background. And then we'll close the class with Savasana, which is traditionally how we would close a yoga practice. As we're going through the class, the focus really is on mind, body, breath connection. So as you're moving, think about what muscles are engaged as you move a body part. Where is each body part being placed? And how are you breathing? How does your breath affect the movements that you're doing? So really all of our focus and attention is inwards to the sensations of our body and our breath. With that said, please do enjoy your class and hope you enjoy. So we'll work from the feet all the way up to the head, mobilizing the joints. So take the left foot out and rotate the ankle around in a circle. You can either do this quite freely, or you can think about turning your toes like the hand of a clock. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which really gets into all areas of the ankle. And start to notice how you're breathing. Start to experiment with the breath. So maybe taking short inhales through the nose and exhale through the mouth or nose. Just start to notice how you're breathing and how that affects the mind and the body. And taking the ankle in the other direction and coming onto the other ankle, taking the foot around. You can take any other mobility drills that you like here. We're just mobilizing the body from the feet up to the head. So if you have another mobility drill you like to do, feel free to take that. And then we'll come to the knees. So taking the hands to the kneecaps, rolling the knees around in a circular motion. Again, paying attention to the breath. Drawing the breath deep into the body. And then taking the knees in the opposite direction. And moving up to the hips, and take the left knee up and out to the side. So start to mobilize the left hip joint. Maybe taking the hands to the hips, or you can take the hands out to the side. Maybe you want to work on the shoulders and the arms and the chest as the hips circle out. This is a test of the balance, so don't worry if you fall. Keep connected to the breath, breathing through the movements. And then move into the other side. So taking the left knee around in a circle, moving the toes in line with the knee. So as the knee comes out, the toes come out. Option to take the arms with the circle, working on that balance again. Maybe you breathe in deep as the arms expand out and the chest opens. Nice, and take some hip circles, circling the hips around. So I like to take my hands to my hip sockets and feel the hips rotate around in the socket. And rotate in the opposite direction, inhaling and exhaling with the circle. And then coming up to the head and the shoulders, taking some shoulder rolls, going back and then forwards. And then taking some neck rolls. So rolling the neck around in a circle. Feel free to take some spinal rolls if you like to do that. And taking the head in the opposite direction. Nice. And now we'll just flow through 2 rounds of sun salutations. So in yoga, we traditionally do sun salutations to warm up the body. We'll be doing a modified sun salutation here. So the feet are in hip distance position, Tadasana. Hands are by the sides, palms facing forwards. Press your weight down into the feet as you lift up through the spine and the crown of the head. So pushing down and reaching up. Palms facing forwards, chest is open. Big inhale as the arms lift to the sky. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forwards, opening up the chest. Inhale, arms lift to the sky. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forwards, open the chest. Inhale, arms lift to the sky. Exhale, open up the elbows and the chest. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back, gaze forwards. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat, step back, drop the knees down, lower down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest off the floor. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. I'm going to push through the hands, coming up into downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, take any wiggles of the head, take any pedals out of the feet that you wish. Maybe take a big breath in through the nose and a long exhale through the mouth. Look in between the hands, bend the knees and step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise up to the sky, look up to the hands. Exhale, palms to heart center. Reset at Tadasana, palms forwards. Deep inhale, arms lift to the sky. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forwards. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forwards. Inhale, arms rise to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat. Step back, drop the knees, drop the chest and the belly. Inhale, cobra, chest lifts, shoulders peel back. Exhale, chest to the mat. Inhale, chest lifts, shoulders back. Exhale, lower to the mat. Push through the hands, come through tabletop or come straight up to downward facing dog. And here, see if you can send your breath into the belly. Imagine that your tailbone is reaching upwards to the sky as your heels go towards the mat, but they probably won't touch the mat, and that's fine. Keep as much of a bend in the knees as needed, and then relax the head so the gaze is between the legs. Take 3 deep breaths in here, sending the breath to the belly. And then look in between the hands, bend the knees, and walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise up to standing, look up to the hands. Exhale, palms together, hands heart center. Nice. So now we'll come on to the first set of the martial arts infused yoga sets. For this set, we're going to use some inspiration from Wing Chun. So we're going to do a front kick, and then we're going to move into Warrior 3 and then Pyramid. So starting with our front kick, we want to take the feet hip distance, lift the toes up and try and spread them as much as possible. So we're creating as much surface area as possible with the feet. Feel your weight pressing down through the feet with a soft bend in the knees. So again, we're never locking the knees, soft bend in the knees. Feel your weight pressing down through the feet. Lift up through the spine and the head. And then take the hands to the center of the body at the chest level. Bring the left palm behind the right palm. So we're cutting our body in half with the palms. Take a few seconds to feel centered, to feel grounded and stable in the feet. And then start to slowly shift your weight to the left foot as the right knee lifts up. Extend the foot, retract the foot, step back down. Feel that equal weight between both feet again. And then swap the position of the palms so the left palm circles under and in front of the other one. So now the right palm is behind the left. Start to shift your weight slowly to the right as the left knee lifts. Extend the foot, retract, step back down. Notice the equal weight between both feet. Circle the back palm under and in front of the other. The left palm is behind the right. Shift your weight to the left. Lift the right knee. Kick. Retract. Step. Circle the arms. Back arm goes under and in front. Shift your weight. Lift the knee. Take the feet in the direction of the knee to kick. Retract and step. Circle the arm under and in front. Remembering to circle the back hand under and in front of the other one. Just circular motion. Just moving slowly and mindfully, feeling that center point as you shift your weight and balance on one foot. And extend the foot, feeling the hip flexors and the quads. Notice what muscles turn on as you extend the leg. Maybe you feel the muscles in the ankles as you balance. Okay, now we're going to speed up a little bit. So begin with the left palm behind the right palm. Shift your weight to the left. Lift the right knee up and then extend the ball of the foot with a sharp exhale. So inhale first, sharp exhale to kick. And then retract and step back down. Swap the hands, back hand goes under and in front. Inhale, lift the left knee, short exhale to kick. Retract and step. Circle the hands. Inhale, lift, sharp exhale, kick. Retract and step. Keep moving, so circle the hands. Inhale, lift, sharp exhale, kick, retract, step. Kicking with the ball of the foot, so lifting the toes up as you kick. Maybe you focus your gaze on the fingertips to keep that center line, that center point of gravity. Take one more on each side. Okay, so after we've done the front kick, we're going to move into warrior three. So if we've just done the kick with the left knee, so we kick forwards, retract the foot, and then instead of stepping the foot down, we're going to transition into warrior three. So the chest and torso comes forwards as the leg extends back, pointing the toes down to the ground, or you can point the feet, you can flex the foot if you like. Hands can either stay at the chest with the palms together, or you can play with the position of the arms, taking them overhead or behind. Take 2 deep breaths in warrior three. And then we're going to step the left foot down, coming into a pyramid position. So you might want to step the back foot in a little bit and widen the stance of the feet. And I like to take the hands behind my back and grab opposite elbows, keeping a micro bend in that front knee. We're going to push the hips back as the chest reaches forwards and falls down, but reaching forwards rather than down. So forwards, forwards, forwards with the chest until you feel about a 60% stretch in that front leg, sorry. And then once you feel your 60% stretch or comfortable depth, then take 2 deep breaths here, breathing in deep and exhaling long. Keeping the hips pressed back. On your next big inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, step the back foot forward to meet the front. Release the arms if they've released and give your body a little shake. Okay, so we're going to put those 3 movements together. So we'll begin with the feet hip distance. Find that grounding through the feet. Take the palms at the center of the body. We'll do the right palm behind the left palm. Slowly start to shift your weight to the right foot as you lift the left knee up. Big inhale and then a sharp exhale to kick. And then retract the foot. Bring the chest and torso forwards as the leg goes back and the palms meet at the center of the chest. Ooh. Find your balance. If you fall, just come back to the position. Reaching the chest and the torso and the head in one line, and the leg goes back in the opposite direction. Take 3 deep breaths here, breathing in deep and exhaling long. Find a focus point for the gaze. Step that back foot down, coming into pyramid position. Step it in a little bit if you need. Option to grab opposite elbows. With a micro bend in that front leg, reach the chest forwards, hips go back, weight pressing down into the feet. Find that comfortable stretch. And then take 3 deep breaths here. Next inhale, reach the chest up. Exhale, step the back foot forward to meet the front. Now I've just realized we did the same side twice, so that means we're gonna have to do the other side twice now. Okay, so bring the right palm behind the left palm. No, wait, that's what I did last time. Right, the left palm comes behind the right palm. It's a little test for my brain. And then inhale to lift the right knee. Exhale to kick. Hold the breath as you transition to warrior three. Palms can come at the center of the chest, or you can extend out like an aeroplane. Take a big breath in through the nose here. Exhale to step the foot back into pyramid. Hands to the back. Reach the chest forwards. Find that stretch in the front leg. Shoulders are pressing back towards each other, so the chest is kept open, so we're not hunched over, the chest is nice and open. Press down through both feet. Take 2 deep inhales and 2 long exhales. Big inhale, reach the chest up. Exhale, step the back foot forward to meet the front. And we'll come and repeat that on the right side again. So the left palm goes behind the right palm. Shift your weight to the left. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, kick. Retract the foot. Hold the breath as you transition to warrior three. Find that gazing point to focus the mind, focus the gaze. Take a big breath in through the nose. And then exhale to step the back foot down, transition into pyramid pose. Reaching the chest forwards as the hips go back. Chest stays open, shoulders drawing back. Inhaling deep through the nose and exhaling long. Using the toes to grip the mat, pressing into the front and the back foot. And on your next inhale, reach the chest up. Exhale, step the back foot forward to meet the front and have a little shake. We'll start in boxer stance with the hands into fists at the chin level, and the feet are about hip distance. So I like to keep my back toes pointed towards, say, the side of your yoga mat if you're using one, and then the front toes mainly forwards. And the hands are at chin level. We've got a soft bend in the knee, so we're not locking either knee, soft bend in the knees. And we're going to take a 2-step back. So the front foot, the front heel comes back to meet the back heel, and then the back foot comes back. 2-step forwards, back heel comes forwards to meet the front, and then the front foot comes forwards. 2 steps back to retreat, heel to heel, step forwards, heel to heel. Now I don't know if this is technical, but this feels most comfortable for my body. If I do heel to heel, I feel more balanced and stable in my feet. So find what works for you. Notice where you place your toes, where feels most stable and balanced as you shift your weight forwards and backwards. Getting used to that rhythm of movement with the 2-step back, 2-step forwards. Notice what happens when you maybe change the position of your toes. How do you feel most stable and centered as you shift forwards and back in this 2-step motion? Soft bend in the knees, equal weight distribution in the front and the back foot as we shift forwards and back. And trying to find that stable, balanced position, but still ready to move. Maybe repeating to yourself 1, 2 as you step forwards and back. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you're home alone, you can say out loud. 1, 2. Okay, and once you feel comfortable and stable with this 1, 2 step, we will add the arms. So we retreat back 2 steps. So we're imagining that our opponent is coming to attack us. And we in martial arts philosophy, we don't really attack first. So that's why we retreat with the 2 step back first. So our opponent is coming to attack us. So we step with a 2 step back to retreat. And then we're going to attack 2 step forwards. And on that 2 step, we're going to punch with the leading foot, jab, and then we're going to knee somebody with the back knee. So knee, and then ground the foot back down. Retreat 2, 1, 2. Attack 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. Retreat 1, 2. Forwards 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. Retreat 1, 2. Forwards 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. So keep practicing. Again, noticing what feels most stable for you in terms of foot placement. So for me, like I said, the heel to heel makes me feel most stable in my lower body. Find your rhythm of movement and then add the breath in. So as we attack, we exhale. So as we attack with the punch, we do a short, sharp exhale and then short, sharp exhale to knee. Retreat 1, 2. 1, 2, jab, knee. Using the core really to power the movement. And when you punch, we're punching from the waist. So using the waist to punch. One, two, jab, knee, ground. 1, 2, 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. And as you exhale, notice what feels more comfortable. Do you feel more powerful when you exhale through the nose or the mouth? I think traditionally it's an exhale through the nose, but just experiment. Notice how each feels when you exhale from the nose and the mouth. Okay, and then if that feels comfortable, you could maybe pick up the speed and become a little bit lighter on the feet. So as you step back, maybe you do a little, a light sort of almost jump back. So we go. So you don't have to pick up the speed. If you want to make it more mindful, keep slow and just focus on the connection of your feet to the floor and using your core to drive the attack, the jab and the knee. Okay, so if that feels comfortable, we'll move on to the next section, which is basically what we're going to do is after the knee, we're going to ground the foot down, and then we're going to open up the arms to come into a Trikonasana stretch. So the arms are extended. We extend out through the right hand, take the right hand down, look up to the left arm, and then we're going to see our opponent coming on the other side. So we look through the armpit, see the opponent coming, and then we're going to circle sweep the arms as the toes pivot to face the other side. So again, like I said, I feel most comfortable when the front toes are facing the opponent and the back toes are mainly towards the long edge of your mat. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So retreat back to heel is what feels best for me. Step forwards to jab with the leading foot, knee with the back knee, ground back down. Step back to 1, 2, attack 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. Retreat 1, 2, attack 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. Retreat 1, 2, attack 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. 1, 2, 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. And then add the breath work. So as you attack, you exhale short and sharp through the nose or the mouth. And then if you want to pick up the speed, you can do that again. Okay, and this time, once you've taken your last knee, take the foot back, open up the arms into Trikonasana, tick-tock the hand down to the thigh or the shin, look up to the right hand, see your opponent coming from the other side, circle sweep the arms as you pivot the toes to face your opponent on the other side. Then again, we'll retreat back to 1, 2, forward 2, 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. Retreat 1, 2, forwards 1, 2, jab, knee, ground. Okay, let's do that. We'll do it one time on each side, and then we'll add the Trikonasana and the circle sweep arms. So find your boxer stance. Retreat 1, 2, forwards 1, 2, jab, knee, ground, Trikonasana. Look up to the left hand. Look through the armpit, see your opponent. Circle sweep the arms, pivot the toes. Retreat 1, 2, attack 1, 2, knee, ground, open the arms, Trikonasana, chill your beans, look up to the right hand, look through the armpit, circle sweep the arms, pivot the toes, retreat 1, 2, attack 1, 2, knee, ground, open, tick-tock down, look up, look through the armpit, see your opponent, circle sweep the arms, pivot the toes, retreat 1, 2, attack 1, 2, knee, Trikonasana. And then option to speed it up if you feel comfortable. See your opponent, circle sweep, pivot the toes, retreat, attack, knee, ground. And then add the breathing that feels most comfortable for you. So the important thing is that you exhale sharp on those attacks, and then play with your breath as you come down into Trikonasana and circle sweep the arms to the other side. Okay. So you can either keep practicing that, you can press pause and maybe put some music on in the background and practice maybe picking up some speed and becoming really light on the feet as you shift back and forwards. So for yoga practitioners, you might find it at first quite difficult to get the foot placement and to be kind of light on the feet. I know that I find it difficult because, like I say, we're quite used to being stationary on the mat. If you'd like to move on to the next part of the class, please continue. For this set, we're going to use some inspiration from a Chinese martial art called Gong. So we're going to start in horse stance. The feet are wider than hip distance. I think traditionally in horse stance, the toes point forwards. So you really feel the engagement in your ankles as you lower your weight down. But if it's more comfortable, you can keep your toes pointed outwards. We're just going to start to lower our weight down to a comfortable level for you. Feel the engagement in the thighs, the inner thighs pressing inwards as you push down through the feet. And the torso, the spine is nice and long. We're going to take one hand at the lower abdominals and then one hand above the head. And this is called serving teacups. So we're going to imagine that we've got a teacup resting in each palm. And the idea is that you don't drop the teacup and the palms are facing upwards. But depending on your level of wrist mobility, you might find it uncomfortable to try and get your wrist, all the way turned upwards. So don't worry, it's just a visualization cue of holding teacups. Only go to the range of motion that's comfortable for you and still use that visualization cue of holding a teacup in each palm. So one teacup down here and one just above the head, and the palms are going towards the sky. And in Chinese martial arts, we use a lot of circular motion. So what we're going to do is we're going to serve the bottom teacup forwards and round as the top teacup goes back and round. So we're circling the arms, keeping the palms turned upwards, and then we swap the position of the hands. So now the opposite hand is up and the bottom hand is down. And we're just going to keep using that motion. So serving the bottom teacup forwards and round as the top teacup goes back and round, circular motion. Really feeling the mobility of the wrists and using the shoulder mobility. So circling the lower teacup forwards and round as the top teacup goes back and round. Feeling the wrists, the shoulders, the biceps. Maybe you want to watch the top palm as you circle. So sometimes that can help. It's a bit of a challenge for the brain at first, so give yourself some time to get used to the motion. I think circular motion and serving teacups. Okay, we'll do one more, serving the teacups. And now we're going to turn the palms to face each other at the center of the body. The palms are inwards towards the center of the body. And then we're going to cut the body in half, bringing the palms together to find the chest into Anjali Mudra. Straighten the legs. Take the right toes to face forwards or the right edge of the room. And then start to bend into the right leg, coming into a warrior two position with the torso and the hands facing forwards. So the torso is forwards, the leg is out, and you should feel a stretch in that inner hip. And then what we're going to do is do the same thing here, but make it more fluid. So we're not really focusing too much on the technicality of it, and we're more flowing in tune with the rhythm of our breath and more fluidly. So take the left palm to the lower abdomen, facing upwards, the right palm up the head. And then we're going to do the same thing, so circular motion. Bottom palm comes forwards and round, top goes back and round as we maybe bend into the front leg. And then as you do it again, maybe you straighten the leg and lift the toes. So it's a little bit of a challenge for the brain. See how you get on. See how you want to move. And then once you've found the movement that feels comfortable for you, you can start to flow with the rhythm of your breath. So flowing more fluidly, not so much focusing on the technicality of this, just thinking circular motion, fluid motion, flowing with the breath. You can go as quick or slow as you like. See where you want to focus your gaze. Maybe you focus your gaze on one of the palms or on the floor or another point in the room that you are in. In yoga, we use drishtis, which are a focus point for the gaze, which allow us to focus our mind's attention on a single point. So the mind's not wandering off thinking about what we're having for dinner or what we've done earlier today. Take one more circle and then bring the right toes forwards, and we're going to rebound in wide-legged forward fold. So the legs are nice and wide, hands come to the hips, press the hips back as the chest comes forwards. So think about reaching the chest forwards, 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 shoulders back, chest open. And then once you feel about a 60% stretch in the legs, you can maybe take the hands down and start to breathe into the back of the body, the back of the legs. Shifting the weight forwards towards the toes. Taking nice long inhales and long exhales, Deep inhales, long exhales. Relaxing the head and the neck. And on your next inhale, lift the chest up, flatten the back. Exhale, forward fold again, reaching the chest down. On the next inhale, we're going to reach up using the core and circle sweeping the arms out to the sky. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, palms together, hands to Anjali Mudra. As we come on to the left side, so shifting the left toes out to the side, finding warrior two legs on the other side. So we're bending into that left leg. Keep the left knee pressing outwards, torso's facing forwards, and feel that stretch in the inner thighs. And come back to serving our teacups on the other side. So again, flowing with your breath and a movement that feels comfortable for you, using the principle of a circular motion and maybe the visualization of serving teacups. Maybe follow the hands with your gaze. Take one more circle. And then bring the left toes forwards, coming back into a forward fold. But this time we're going to take the hands behind our back. So clasp the hands behind the back, open up the chest, bring the weight forwards towards your toes, keeping the chest open and the shoulders back as you reach the chest forwards, 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 until you feel a comfortable stretch. And then you can start to breathe into the back of the body, the back of the legs. And play with the position of the hands. So maybe you reach the hands further back. So the hands are going towards the front of the room as the hips go back. And take one deep inhale and long exhale here. Bring the hands to the hips. Big inhale, reach the chest up and rise up. And then we're just going to pivot the toes, heel toe in for the feet to meet each other. Hands come to Anjali Mudra, and thank you. So now we will close the class with Savasana, and this is traditionally how we would close a yoga class. Savasana literally translates to corpse pose, and it symbolizes that everything that has a beginning has an end. So life has a beginning and an end. This class has a beginning and an end. And Shavasana is a symbolization of that principle. On a purely physical level, Shavasana is a posture. It's a lying down posture where we completely relax all of the muscles in our body. So we allow all tension to drain out of our body and allow the muscles to completely relax. So I will guide us through a body awareness scan and visualization to help achieve that effect in Shavasana. It'll only be a few minutes, and really the purpose of Shavasana is to let go. So whatever you're holding in your body, whatever you've been clinging on to in your mind, Shavasana is that place and time where you really empty out. So let's find Shavasana posture, either if you've got a mat or a rug or a padded surface, to just come to lie on the back. The legs are extended straight and the arms are rested by the sides, palms facing upwards to the sky, and the shoulders hug slightly inwards. So just wiggle your shoulders inwards slightly to open up the chest. Allow the palms to rotate up to the sky, opening the shoulders. Allow the feet to naturally roll outwards towards the sides to release any tension in the inner thighs. And then look up, lift the head to look towards the toes, and then drop the head back down to elongate the neck. Close the eyes down. And bring your awareness to your feet. Relax the feet, relaxing the muscles around the ankles. Feel the feet become heavy. Bring your awareness to your legs. Feel the legs relax. Feel the muscles soften. Bring your awareness to your hips. Feel the hips become heavy and supported by the ground below. Feel the whole lower body heavy and supported by the ground below. Bring your awareness up to the arms. Relax the muscles in the arms, the hands, the wrists. Allow the muscles to soften. Bring your awareness to your shoulders and chest. Feel the shoulders and chest relax and soften. Bring your awareness to the head. Feel the head become heavy, heavy and supported by the ground below. And take a body scan. Notice whether you're holding onto tension in any part of the body. Can you soften those muscles, allowing any tension to drain out of the body down onto the ground below? Allowing the muscles to melt. Allowing the brain to unwind and soften. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the tongue. Feel the whole body heavy and supported by the ground below. If you feel any tension still lingering in the body, you can visualize that tension emptying out of the body like water pouring from a cup. And now start to feel the breath deepen. Maybe bringing your awareness down to the belly and noticing the breath move down into the belly. And start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, bringing some gentle movement back into the body. And rock the head slowly from one side to the other, either keeping the eyes closed or slowly opening the eyes. And then on an inhale, take the arms over the head like you're just waking up from a nap. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to a seated position. So I like to hug my knees into my chest, giving my back a little rub and rock against the ground. Taking some deep breaths if you wish before we rock and roll back up to a seated position. So I hope you found this class useful. Maybe you took some inspiration for your own movement practice, yoga practice or martial arts practice. Do let me know how you found it in the comments below. If it was helpful, I might make another one. So yeah, I hope you have a good rest of the day or evening wherever you are.